A very good afternoon to you all. Thank you for watching Uganda Broadcasting Corporation Television, UBC TV. With me, Wadulo, Mark, Arnold. This is your lunchtime news, this 10th day of June 2022. And without further ado, let's get into the news in detail. Delegates from the East African countries arrived last evening at Entebbe International Airport to grace the closure of the Interstate Armed Forces field training for the East African countries in Uganda. Forces from the East African countries have been having a joint field training from the 27th of May for armed forces in Jinja and Mayuge, which is to close today. The delegates that include security chiefs from the member states say that unifying and promoting peace, security and stability towards the East African community integration is an ideal for the countries.
Profoundly honored to be invited to grace this event. I came with my colleagues, members of WEARA from Uganda chapter. They are here with me. So thank you very much, UPDF and the Republic of Uganda, for hosting this year's exercise. One of our strategic objectives as a community is to ensure our strategic security as a region. And we cannot achieve that without having programs, professional programs that keep our forces at the required readiness to maintain the security of our region. So Shirikiano Imara and the joint military exercises that provide a platform for our security forces to interact, exercise together, and maintain cohesion as a regional force is one of main pillars of our integration process. So we commend the program from the time it started, and in particular this year's exercise, which we believe has been conducted quite successfully, and we are happy to be with you today to see the closure of this year's exercise. So congratulations to the organizers, and thank you very much for inviting us.
My relevance of being here. Let me begin by first and foremost extending our gratitude to His Excellency Kaguta Yoweri Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and the people of Uganda, for accepting to host this very important exercise. We all know that His Excellency is very passionate when it comes to regional integration, but we don't take it for granted that being the case, he is obliged to conduct or to host such an exercise. That is indeed a commitment of that to regional integration, and we are very grateful to that. Now, going back to my question of being here, this exercise brings together, the joint exercise, Ushirikiano Imara, brings together East African community partner states. And the United Republic of Tanzania is a member of the East African community. Hence, that's why I'm here. But also, it is very important for us to be here because the exercise is very critical for regional integration in the sector of peace and security. It allows our forces to come together to conduct technical exercises, enhance their skills, share knowledge and experiences, but also come up with a common understanding in the event they need to move together that enables them to be ready.
Congratulations to the militants. In other news, the United Nations in Somalia today congratulated President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud on his inauguration and said that it looks forward to working with his administration in support of achieving national priorities. The inauguration ceremony for Somalia's 10th president held in the venue known as the Hangar in Aden Ade International Airport area of the capital Mogadishu. The event was attended by various regional leaders and representatives of the country's international partners. Some of the visiting dignitaries spoke at the event. They included Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta, Djibouti's President Ismail Omar Guelleh, and Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, South Sudan's Vice President Taban Dengai, and Egypt's Prime Minister Mustafa Kemal Madbouli, among others. Other countries represented at the inauguration included the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Uganda, Burundi, and Turkey. Representing the world body was Adam Abdelmoula, Deputy Special Representative of the UN Secretary General, UN Resident Coordinator, and Humanitarian Coordinator for Somalia. In his remarks to the event, President Mahmoud covered various topics, including peace and reconciliation efforts in Somalia, with the latter involving efforts to ensure respect for people's rights, good relations with Somalia's federal member states, a democratic system of governance, and a just and fair judicial system. Protecting the environment and strengthening the country's economy were also featured. On the regional and global front, President Mahmoud spoke about the need for cooperation to improve security in the Horn of Africa region and enhance trade and economic collaboration. The worsening drought in Somalia was also highlighted. President Mahmoud appealed to all Somalis and the international community to work together to help the millions of affected Somalis. Moving on, Belgium's King Philippe returned an antique mask to the Democratic Republic of Congo as a goodwill gesture. The king and his wife, Queen Mathilde, were visiting the country on a historic tour to cement ties. These are the details.
A historic visit to the DRC by the Belgian royal couple. King Philip and Queen Mathilde were joined by President Tshisekedi and the First Lady for a cultural ceremony at the DRC's National Museum. The Belgian king and the DRC president unveiled an ancient mask created by an artist from the ethnic Suku group.
This is a symbolic step which marks the beginning of the improvement of the cultural relations between the Kingdom of Belgium and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Thousands of Congolese statues, ivory masks and musical instruments were taken from the DRC by Belgian soldiers between 1900 and 1960. Many of them are displayed at Belgium's Africa Museum. In 2019, the DRC president demanded the return of the artworks. The artworks that were illegally acquired by Belgian soldiers and collectors during the colonial period will be kept in this museum in Kinshasa when they are handed back to Congolese authorities. A commission has been set up in Belgium to identify the stolen artworks and start the process of returning them. The decision to return the artworks has been welcomed by many people in the DRC.
And I think this is the beginning of a new era, which we're going to live to respect each other because we are independent. And we want Belgium to understand that we are free, we are sovereign country, and we want to live in partnership with Belgium than thinking that we're still in colonization.
King Philip's visit to the DRC comes 2 years after he wrote a letter to President Tshisekedi expressing his deepest regrets over the abuses committed by his country during the colonial period. The reign of his ancestor, King Leopold II, was marked by the killing of about 10 million Congolese. Some of the locals hope his visit will address the current security challenges the country is facing.
We want the relationship between Belgium and the DRC to go back to normal. It should be based on honesty and mutual respect. Our country was recently attacked by our neighbour, but Belgium didn't say a word. That shocked us. It's like we're still in the colonial days.
The Belgian king is set to hold a ceremony in the DRC parliament and deliver a speech to university students in the southeastern city of Lubumbashi on Friday. His visit was scheduled to take place in June 2020, but it was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Chris Sochamringa, CGTN, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo.
And on another front, the Central Bank of Ethiopia has warned citizens against using cryptocurrency for domestic transactions, saying that it is not legal tender. We have more on this story.
The decision by the National Bank of Ethiopia to ban the use of cryptocurrencies in the Horn of African nation is not surprising. Several other African nations have warned against using cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. To get more insights why the central bank made this decision, I went to the National Bank of Ethiopia's headquarters and met the governor, Yenager Dese. He says issues of regulation are one of the main reasons for the policy of no cryptocurrency in Ethiopia.
Some countries support this currency, others don't support. In our case, we don't support this virtual currency because our rules and regulations recognize paper money and others, not virtual currency. That's number one. Number two, we cannot, as the world knows, we cannot control or regulate these currencies. It's beyond the control of any country. So if you don't have any control or regulation power, it's not important to give any license or permission for this business or activities.
At the moment, several countries globally have given a green light for the use of cryptocurrency, and those nations have also prioritized the governance and regulation of new currencies like Bitcoin to be in place. But for Ethiopia, that time may not come anytime soon. And anyone who attests to using or mining cryptocurrencies here will face legal consequences, says the NBE governor.
We don't have any legal background to support this virtual currency. So if we found someone engaged in this cryptocurrency business, we will go for how the business works, and we will do some review and investigation, and we will take some actions as well.
This may not all be bad news, though. Ethiopia says it will conduct further studies and might consider opening its doors to digital currencies in the future.
For the future, it depends on our research findings and depends on the progress of this cryptocurrency across the world.
Obscurity of the transactions, the inexistence mechanism to track them, money laundering, fraud and potentially illegal financial transactions are some of the challenges governments across the world still face. That is why many suggest a tight global regulation must be put in place first for countries to start exploring the full potential of digital money. Grum Darasi UTN, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
And with that, if you remember closely, Uganda Central Bank of Uganda also was against cryptocurrency, something that is a developing story. Perhaps we'll be updating you anytime soon on Uganda's stand. Otherwise, let's take a short commercial break and be back with sports.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello, this is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Congratulations. Oh, one good day.
One good day? But I haven't entered any competition.
Oh, what Dechi? Since you use your phone every day, we have randomly selected you as one of our loyal customers, and you have won a brand new pickup.
Hey, so how do I get this pickup?
The pickup is in Namave. All we have to do is quickly bring it to you. You know, we are delivering many of them. So, just send us 100K for fuel via mobile money and we'll bring it to you.
But Chief, I'm in no hurry to receive it. Namambe is just here. Keep it at your warehouse, give me directions and I will get time to pick it up.
Vow nawe. If you don't have money, just say.
Tonfera, never send money to strangers. Winners of competitions are contacted through official channels and are never asked to pay for anything. Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tonfera, refrain from unnecessary engagements with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
Leaders who care create a good learning environment. Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Jennifer, Jukila, Wagamba, I don't have waka. You bust the eyes through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Jambola we waka, look at you waka, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo.
Show them waka with MTN Momo Nyabo. Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Football packages, great entertainment,
Sports, the local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Go TV, this is where great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC TV Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. In the world of sports, Fazila Ikoput was the heroine for Uganda as the crested cranes overpowered Ethiopia to storm the final of the Sekafa Senior Women's Championship 2022 on Thursday. The lethal forward scored the decisive goal of the game in extra time of the 115th minute in a closely contested semi-final encounter played at the Fufa Technical Center in Njeru. Despite getting numerous scoring opportunities, Uganda failed to take away any during normal time, with Ethiopia equally having chances on the other hand. The crested cranes were unfortunate in some occasions, hitting the crossbar 4 times in the same game. Uganda will therefore meet Burundi in a final after the latter came from behind to win 2-1. Opa Clement gave Tanzania the lead in the first minute, but goals from captain Aisha Jafari and Sandra Niyonkuru guided Burundi to their first final. The two will face off on Saturday. It should be noted that Burundi and Uganda faced off in the group stages, with the crested cranes winning 4-1. Yes, and that's all we had time for. Thank you very much for joining us for this lunchtime edition. With me, Wadulo, Mark, Arnold. However, stay tuned for more news in our subsequent bulletins. After that, see you.